Lunastra, the like sister monster to Teostra.
I really don't know better than you, man. I haven't been
Oh.
playing Monster Hunter as much lately. Sorry.
It's an older monster, goddammit.
Give me a game.
I don't know. Anyway. It's a neat one.
Okay, look at
It's
the
one
stream.
of the few monsters I've never fought.
Oh, what? Where's the stream?
Axel, look
Yes!
at the stream. Here,
I am the greatest Macau!
I will give you a link.
Well, thank you.
Roughly how often does it change or transition through?
No, this will be way easier.
It's 20 seconds.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with your representation, Axel?
Very.
Excuse me.
Oh, stupid. I already know how to solve this problem.
What problem?
I was doing anything in Minecraft.
Oh.
What problem, though?
I'm just clearing out 300 and something blocks, and rather than click maneuvers, I'm just gonna actually just replace them with a clear block. With it over there.
I see. This really dreary music mixed with the Macau on the screen, it's perfect.
The best.
I didn't think to mute spot or to mute Twitch at first. Pro tip: mute Twitch.
Yeah.
Yes, it worked.
He just thought everyone was talking twice for some reason.
I thought people maybe were repeating themselves a bit, and then I caught on.
Eh.
Took me a minute.
I can see how you would think that.
I can see how you would think that.
Oh shit.
Alright, y'all can be moderators.
Cool. I'm going to abuse that immediately. As
Okay.
soon as I figure out how to make use of being a moderator.
I just banned myself.
Sick.
That sucks because I can't figure out how to actually unban people.
Well,
Actually, I can't figure out how to mod you. How did I do
Why?
it?
Oh no, I do. Why is Minecraft case sensitive?
I didn't actually ban myself.
Wow. I am disappointed.
Why can't I mod you? Oh, derp.
wish I could do a raise in Minecraft.
Welcome our resident bot electrical skateboard.
No, you.
AKA the formerly banned bot.
Yeah. Holy shit. Our views spiked. Cool.
Does that mean there's actually... Oh.
Oh wait, no, we had the Munchlax chef.
That's me.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yep,
know,
it's
but my
just all of
headset
us.
fucked up.
Oh yeah, none of you know him as that.
Oh my god, my headset.
Chat
Why?
rules. Be nice. Feel free to ask for a summary in chat.
Yeah. Because we had ongoing games. One of you nerds left. I can't believe it.
So, my laziness caused me to do a giant goof. I was too lazy to actually type down my inventory. So, when I moved it over to an actual character sheet, so I just kind of took pictures and posted links to those pictures.
Oh crap! I have to swap out my hindrance.
All right, you're gonna do that.
Give me a second.
Yeah, now I have to go back and find the statistics.
Someone
of
help me
everything
find a hindrance.
again.
Wanted.
I already have it.
Wait, is one
Loyal.
of you Munchlax Chef?
Yes.
That's David. Yep.
Oh, god damn it.
Actually, don't do loyal. I'm just I'm listing off my hindrances.
Do you guys know me as the King of Spades? Or have seen me as the King of Spades?
Nope.
Which wild star? Yay, Savage Works. Hey. Someone help me find a replacement hindrance.
Small.
No.
One arm.
No.
One leg.
Maybe.
One eye.
Isn't he
No
already
eyes.
lame?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus. You have one leg and it's shit. Funny, if you do that, I hope you know your character is dying.
Yeah.
I really do not want to. Like, Archie is already the most likely person in the universe to die spontaneously. I don't want to debate any further. Like,
You know what would be hilarious?
me not dying? I agree.
Also that, but all thumbs.
Oh god, like those things from Mission what's the Kid Spies?
No,
Like,
You know what?
uh,
I'm just going to change the habit from stuttering to just rapidly tapping on objects around him. Nervous tapping.
Cool.
Wait.
all thumbs minor. Some
do-
people just
do
aren't
like,
good with modern devices. Characters with this drawback suffer a -2 penalty to the repair skill at all times. In addition, whenever the hero uses a mechanical or electronic device, roll of 1 on his skill die, regardless of his wild die, means the device is broken.
Oof.
Yes, hacker, take that. I actually
Yes,
think I have
repair hacker. Take the thing that gives you an awful penalty to your repair hacking.
that. It's okay, I'll take it for you then.
Okay, thanks, Jamie.
Alright, Jamie, I need you to win the race to everything he tries to hack.
So we can go
I-
sabotage him.
I'll check his work after he's done.
He accidentally deletes everything, but it's somehow beneficial.
I'm deleting the traces, destroys hard drive.
You can't follow the paper trail if it's a smashed hard drive.
That's how the internet works.
Exactly.
You just
I was
put a
thinking-
magnet on the internet.
I was thinking that, but before the work was done, so Archie's like, "Hey guys, I can get this door open. Just give me a minute." And then Michael sprints over, shoves him out of the way, and says, "Me first," and then slams the butt of his gun. Terminal smashing it.
I want to point out that if you take
But now I
that,
really want this. This sounds very fun.
I want to point out that if you take that and you're untrained in repair, you touch technology and it breaks.
Yep.
You're just like, what's the?
And now it is
Uh,
6 o'clock.
No, it's not.
It's 7. Get on a real time zone.
Sorry, I don't live in Eastern
Oh.
Substandard Time.
It's alright, Kill.
So
I'm joining you in the CST.
So apparently Savage Worlds has a thing for injuries. I don't know what causes them specifically, and I kind of want to use them simply because horrible things can happen. Like, you roll 2d6 to determine what happens, and if you get snake eyes, the person gets shot in the quote-unquote unmentionables.
Yeah,
Oof.
Someone Goku's his gonads.
if you figure out how they work. I don't remember. I don't mind using them.
Does
God.
Sasha have unmentionable?
Uh,
Good question.
that's a very personal question. You have to take her
yeah,
out to
God.
dinner first.
But only once. She's kind of easy for an android.
Would they be unmentionables if I mentioned them?
She has a point.
The dick joke conundrum.
I don't think I'm familiar with that conundrum.
I love the water bottle popping sound it makes when it switches.
So when you're incapacitated, you make an immediate vigor roll. On a total of 1 or less, you're dead. If you fail, you get a permanent injury and are bleeding out.
Alright.
If you succeed, you get an injury that goes away when you're fully healed.
Cool.
And if you get a raise, you get an injury, but it's a temporary injury.
It's not as if Archie could afford to be much more injured than he already is.
Listen, if you get shot in the eye, it's going to be your other eye.
I can't believe you've done this.
So shall we get started?
I believe we shall. So, I'm going to just make a map visible real quick.
I'm going to very swiftly break everything. Alright, there we go.
So, this new map is not quite one-to-one as to how I want it, because, as it turns out, finding spaceship battle map type things, excuse me, hiccups, is very hard.
Yeah.
And in 2 hours of searching, I did not once find a civilian ship.
Oh.
So we're gonna make do with what we have.
Deal.
It's a bit of an abstraction. But, you all right here.
I think you have the wrong token for Michael.
Yeah, I put him on here a while ago.
He's still the Spartan plushie.
Is it possible for you to switch Zeus to the one from character storage too? Because I've updated macros.
Yep. Just that. And that.
There we go.
Anyone else want their token switched?
Nope.
Yeah,
I
that'd
didn't
be
make
good.
any changes to Archie, so
Alrighty. Let me Just find a thing real quick.
Oh, well, that's trouble.
Did you put the library token on this map?
You don't need to.
Oh, you don't need to. Okay, never mind.
Nope, it can reference across maps.
Ow. Mine can't.
Hold on, I gotta make a quick technical
Oh, wait, never mind.
change.
No, I
My
can't
push
access
to
it
talk
from the
moves
map.
my token.
So I don't know.
What's happening?
Luke's push to talk moves his token.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do it again.
Oh no.
This is wonderful.
Do you still have the macro there, or did you use remap key?
I used the remap, but I can change it again.
Every time Luke talks,
don't
we just
change
see
it.
Judo floating away now.
How do you
Perfect.
even move diagonal with keys?
You use
What, you can move?
Pro
Yeah,
tip,
you can move
don't
with
bind
keys?
anything else to the numpad.
yeah, you use the numpad. It works like roguelike movements.
Oh man, that's incredible.
Wow. I've never used diagonal movement in roguelike.
How the fuck have you played any roguelike?
By moving non-diagonally. I think you've just opened a new dimension to me.
Yes, we have opened the 2.5 dimension.
Alright, guys, I'm
Welcome to
gonna
the
miss this
original
session.
Doom.
I'm reinstalling Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode. I will see you guys tomorrow.
You know, that's fair. That's fair. Anyway, I think we shall wait for Luke to get things sorted, so,
I
He
spent
can
a penny
participate
to help
and-
Luke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a Benny's not enough to help him.
Oh, god damn it. The whole keypad's taken up, or the whole numpad's taken up, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Yep.
My
Numpad
base.
5 might work.
You guys are gonna spend a lot of your lives waiting around for Archie to catch up.
Why don't you just use
Numpad
like a
5 works.
normal person push to talk button like tilde?
It's called Gave.
Then I gotta reach up for it, and this is like right
No,
where
you
my
don't.
hand's
It's on
gonna
your
be anyway.
mouse.
Actually, Gabe is the one below
Oh,
the tilde.
shit.
Also,
Okay.
To tilde.
also Luke, Numpad 5 might work.
It does.
Which, to educate Kikoni, in most roguelikes, Numpad 5 is weight.
I know that.
Okay.
Wait, what? Gave is below tilde? What?
Well, it is on my keyboard. It's above tilde. Otherwise, tilde's the squiggly. Gabe is the
What?
little.
I thought it was the other way around too.
No.
Gabe is like the apostrophe that fell.
Yeah.
I searched Google searched Gave and it's just a bunch of presents.
Wait, no, it's...
Okay.
It's some gross throat
All set.
image.
What are you? Tarn safe search on, young man.
Oh, I misspelled it. And now I want to learn how to do it correctly.
God damn it.
We should have
Also,
expected this
is,
was going to turn into a beautiful train wreck.
Oh, hell yeah. Also, is my fan too loud?
I can't hear it.
Good.
Can't say I'm a fan of it.
Fuck you.
I can't spell Gave.
You know, I just gotta say real quick, this ship looks pretty nice, but I get the feeling it flies like a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's what it looks like to me.
Alright.
It looks like a streamlined space rock.
I mean, come on, it doesn't even have forward thrusters.
Ooh.
Ooh. OOF.
Wait, how do you know that? That's not the whole shit. Oh, wait.
There's a picture of the
It's
whole
cut
ship
in
in the
half.
top left.
Yeah.
Is this a
There-
shuttle?
I think so. It may not entirely be accurate to the game version.
Either way.
Alright.
Alright, are you fixed up now, Luke?
Yeah, all set.
Alright,
Alrighty.
let's get started.
So, your group off to a fantastic fucking start.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Let's just go back 10 seconds. You're a group of freelance explorers, and you find yourself journeying to Freedom, a well-established station on the frontier, to meet with a sponsor, as at current, none of you have a ship. Find yourselves on board a prototype transport ship using warp engines rather than the common hyperlane engines. On board with you are a number of other frontier-seeking individuals, some mercenaries, some treasure hunters, some less savory types. Overall, the trip is uneventful, however, until you wake on what is supposed to be the last day of the journey. It's as if you're on a completely different ship. Everything is run down, the service automata are torn apart, systems across the board are dead, the ship is running on backup power. An automated voice reports over the loudspeakers that one of the engines is missing. Blood lines the halls, but bodies are nowhere to be seen. There's some sort of thick black sludge painting the mess hall. You can see down the way. And all digital calendars are off by 3 years. And if things weren't weird enough, each of you find a small metal disc etched with alien symbols among your possessions. We begin as each of you is just getting over the shock of the hellscape you now find yourselves in.
Do we have to make a fear roll?
I can't believe you've done this.
Not at current.
Okay. Sacha kind of buzzes awake, blinks her eyes, and immediately checks her charge.
If you're to look forward across to the other side of the room, Archie, or I guess we're in bunks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we got
Since I'm
top bunk.
having to improvise, each of these is basically a room, and there would be a corridor in between. But
Oh, okay, gotcha. So we're not in the same room.
you two would be, yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay,
Mhm.
so we have bunk beds in a room, or is it two separate beds?
It is specifically for you. It is a bed and an Android charging port.
Oh, that's right. She doesn't have a bed. What am I talking
Well,
about?
it's 2 beds in the Android charging port because I'm here too, I guess.
It would be a separate room. I'm having to improvise on the map because 2 hours of searching, never once able to find a civilian ship.
These are the pilot's quarters.
You would
Like
not
me.
be. Actually, I think the pilot's quarters would be up here, but you're also not the pilot of the ship.
Fair.
I charmed my way into a bigger room.
I'll give you that one. The crew thought you were cute. You hated it, but it got you a better room.
Can't
I
argue
mean,
with
look
that.
at him.
That's pretty much the logic of it. Anyway.
All right. So if you're allowed to look over across from your charger, you'd see Archie kind of staring wide-eyed at the hollow watch on his wrist as he taps nervously on the bedside.
Is something wrong, Archie?
Yeah, but, the watch, it's saying we're missing 3 years here.
That is worrisome. And what was her charge at?
Full charge. It seems as though the ship had lost power after you've gone into shutdown.
Does it still have power at all, or no?
You'll
The
hear us
charging
outside
port?
in the hallway.
No.
We should investigate.
I agree. How's your charge?
Full, but the charging station doesn't have any power.
Guess we got lucky.
Certainly.
Well, after you.
And you said Michael was heading out into the hall?
Yeah, and people not in on the hall will hear a thud.
Just a single thud.
Yeah, he tried to fly.
Sasha makes her way out.
Of note, this entire corridor is bloody. There are broken service automata, also covered in blood. But there are no bodies.
I've almost lost my voice, so I won't be able to do the voice of my character today, so I'll just do my normal voice.
That's fine. I'm not gonna make you kill your throat.
He won't, but I will.
Do it.
You're my dream too?
That's better. Or don't, whatever. It's a free country.
What is it?
I'm sorry, this isn't a dream.
Archie is going to lean out
That's exactly what a dream would say.
into the hallway, and just his eyes widen at the sights before him. What is going on?
I'm not really sure.
There's been a massacre.
We're obviously dreaming. Well, I
I'm
mean, I am.
inclined to believe you, but the pain in my leg is still there.
I was not programmed to dream.
Alright, so we know you're not dreaming, but I'm still dreaming.
You're not very bright, are you?
No, I do not give off light.
I really want Zeus to just smack him in the back of the head.
Speaking of which, I haven't heard from David, I don't think.
Yeah, no. Zeus was carefully checking all of his belongings, make sure he has everything, and then he'd go with his pistol drawn and just peer through the door out into the hallway, but not go all the way out because he still wants to be able to use it as cover if anything goes down.
That's fair. And all of your possessions are there. In addition, the small metal disc.
Archie will step out into the hallway past Sacha.
Is my motorcycle in the room, or is it stored elsewhere?
It is still elsewhere, fortunately.
Motorcycle. Jesus Christ. I suppose we should check the other rooms.
Of course.
I'll head this way.
And
If
we shall jump over to Jay.
I was just gonna say, once he's woken up and discovered the strange diskette, or something like that, he will attempt to probe it with his personal data device.
What exactly does the PDD do?
Well,
It gives you a +4 to common knowledge related to electronics.
yeah, we didn't specify a whole bunch, but I figured a generic sci-fi wrist computer would include some sort of scanner or probe. Or, really.
That's fair. It wouldn't be particularly high quality.
Yeah, I skimped out on that.
Yeah.
I gotta have enough storage space for all my Star Wars stuff.
That's fair. But give me a notice roll if you can. Okay.
Oof.
The scanner is not able to identify anything other than the exact spatial, whatever would that be considered?
Dimensions.
Measurements, yeah. It is not
Does it
able to
smell like
determine.
anything?
What was that?
Does it smell like anything? I've got a good sniffer.
It smells like metal, but not strongly. The scanner is not able to determine what type of metal it is or what the symbols mean.
You'll hear a knock at your door. Is anyone in there?
if you're coming to pet me, I hope you brought fish.
Could I? There's been an incident.
Whatever it wasn't me.
Oh, also Jay,
Yeah.
the date on your PDB, the year is off by a factor of 3.
Off as in behind or beyond? Like what?
It's 3 years ahead of what you think it should be.
Okay, there you go. Okay, sorry. All right. I figured as much. I just wanted to be sure.
Ooh, one hell of a cat map. I gotta check the clock on this thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Okay. I mean
I
it.
think you should come outside and look.
Jay's gonna put his paw on his pistol, just in case, and open the door.
Sliding the door open, it is bloody.
I think now is a pretty good time to kind of give a description of each of our characters.
Indeed. Now that everyone has had their introductory moments, shall we just go?
We'll go with the order of the list. So Zeus, Magoose.
Wait, what list?
Sorry, it's on the slide. Just trust me.
Zeus is a relatively tall, slim guy, blonde hair, human, wearing a red leather trench coat, best you can tell. He has a big box slung over his shoulder with a strap that you can't quite tell what it is. It's just a giant box.
Cool.
And now, Michael.
He's wearing full sci-fi armor that's blue.
Neat.
What
Has two
about height?
pistols.
Build.
I don't know. What are the heights for South Worlds? Normal build?
I'm pretty sure they're like for a human that's pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's just the same.
He's on the taller end then.
So 6 something then.
Yeah. And he's wearing a lot of armor, so it's hard to tell what his build is.
Fair, but he's not obviously skinny or whatnot.
No.
Big Blue.
Yay.
Now, Sasha.
Sacha is a fairly small, slender-looking woman with white hair. She's wearing a lot of white, and she looks mostly human, except for the fact that her eyes glow a faint bluish, and she has a vestigial halo above her head.
Vestigial?
Yeah. Doesn't do anything, it's just there.
Oh.
It's aesthetic.
So Archie is a half Latrutian. He looks mostly human, including the scruffy face and unkempt hair. But the pointy ears slightly protrude from the shorter side of his hair there, and it kind of gives away his half Latrutian origins. For the uninitiated, half Latrutians are effectively space elves. So there you go. His left eye is very apparently cybernetic. While it is still a shade of brown, it is much brighter and very clearly has electronic aspects about it. He is wearing a doctor's coat that awkwardly has the word "fake" printed just inside of the just inside of the outer layer, along with some very basic clothing underneath. He carries a blaster pistol at his side. And he seems to walk with a gimp.
then on to Jay.
Yes, sorry. Sorry. Jay looks exactly as pictured. Basically a house cat standing on its hind legs, though in contrast to some other characters here who are not copyright infringing, despite what the character art may show, Juno is absolutely wearing a cat-sized replica of Han Solo's costume. Not featured is his personal data device, a sleek-looking sci-fi wrist computer on his left arm, and with a small metal bar over his right eye, which is a holographic display for said device.
And in case anyone's going to ask how house cats are able to use guns without thumbs,
I have some, okay?
space magic. Moving on.
Space magic. It's a good hand wave there, Axel. I like it. All right. So how does Jay react to this?
Oh, this really wasn't my fault. Jesus, what have you guys been doing out here?
We just woke up to this, same as you. Do you have this metal thing here? He will hold up the medallion that he found on his person.
Yeah, I got one of those too. Can't make heads or tails of it. So
Comparing the
pull it
two,
up.
the symbols are distinctly different, but you're still not able to fashion any sort of meaning from them.
Hmm. This is all a little too strange for me. You, over there, you two. The blue one and you with the spiky hair.
Hmm.
Do you have these same coins on your person?
Maybe.
I mean, how I don't. Are they meant to? What? I thought it was just a disc.
We don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, so I have on my person the ability to hold 2 pistols, and that's it. I don't have any
Oh.
sort of holding
You-
space.
You would have found it among your possessions. Whether or
Okay.
not you picked it up or kept it, it's up to you.
Not on me. There's one in the room.
But you found it in your belongings.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Most intriguing.
You as well, Sasha.
Yes. And she'll hold it up.
I see. He'll reach over and place his hand on the wall and start tapping nervously against it. Probably much to the annoyance of everyone around him.
Jay will be working his way out the door, just scooching past and trying to avoid stepping in blood wherever possible. Start making his way up the ship, remarking, I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna go check on the pilot.
A good plan.
As you're heading that way, Jay.
Alright.
Just copy a thing, make sure. Actually, sure this is okay. Selected correctly, and go to the map. And you get to about there. Then you start hearing, these are stairwells, a clanging from one of them.
Okay, drawing his pistol, Jay will proceed with caution.
Everyone else is able to hear it as well. It is not particularly subtle.
Be careful. Sounds like something's down there.
Sasha's going to run around Archie to get between the noises and him.
A particular reaction from Michael or Zeus?
Zeus is moving forward, but he's kind of ducking from doorway to doorway, continuing to try and hide halfway in the room.
Alrighty. And anything for Michael? Or just standing? Jamie, you're muted.
Rip.
Oh, phone call. Alrighty.
All right. So Archie's going to see if there's a data terminal on the wall anywhere in this hallway.
Go ahead and roll me a notice. It's not particularly hard to just look across the wall, but I need something to give a result.
Okay.
Michael.
Mhm.
Actually, roll another d4 if you're gonna. You would have aced that. There's a metal clanging coming from one of these stairwells
Oh my god.
near where Jay is walking.
I think I find the terminal, Axel.
Yes. Do you have any particular reaction to this, Michael?
To what?
There's a metal clanging coming from a stairwell where Jay is approaching.
Not distinguishable.
Okay. And reaching the top of a stairwell is one of the service automata. Normally, they are rather... What's the term? Unassuming and kind of odd looking. Although this one is covered in blood. And as per all of them, the amusing acronym LIAR is scrawled across its chest.
To clarify, this is liar as in the instrument?
No. LIAR. You had been across the trip, and you and others had been instructed multiple times that this stood for Limited Intelligence Assistant Robot. Not that it was lying.
Have
Sasha?
they been trustworthy?
Yes, up until this point.
Right.
And it turns to face you, or face you, Jay, and say, "Oh, it seems you would need it seems you require assistance." And
Oh god.
do a thing. Oh no!
Oh no, indeed.
Well,
As soon as the words leave whatever modulator it has, you're a bit puzzled. And Kiko, I think it's time for combat music.
Give me just a moment.
As the robot begins to swing at you, Jay. Oh, I am sorry.
Oh god.
well.
Oh, he's the big bastard, ain't he?
Yes. What is your toughness?
7. It's on this token.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you are shaken instead of damaged. Though,
You can run the macro.
right, there is a macro.
If you have the character sheet open, on the last part, management, take damage. Make sure you have your token selected.
Okay. There's a shaken thing here.
It should, if you do the take damage thing, it'll do it automatically. So you put in how much damage you're taking.
That should have put the shaking condition on you. Oh, there we go. So just do that. And the robot swings its fist just over your head, clanging into the wall. It's enough to make you a little unsettled, as this incredibly cheery robot covered in blood is trying to murder you.
So what's the Savage Road action economy?
You have one action. Movement doesn't count, but it can give penalties depending on what the action you take. You can take additional actions, as many as you want, but each additional action you take gets a -2 to every roll you take that turn.
Is drawing, what type, is that just an action?
Yes, readying a weapon is an action.
Alright, I'll move. Wait, how far can I move?
You should have a pace of 6.
6. So this is 10. This is 6?
It's not to scale, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, fuck it, double it for this map, because I wanted it to get somewhat in line with the grid, so that the tokens would be of appropriate size, so you'd have 12 then.
Wow, that's not very far.
I think the Savage Worlds rounds are like 3 seconds? Is
I
that?
thought there were 6 as well.
Nope, they're 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Huh.
You can take an action to run, if you want, which allows you to roll whatever your run die is. It should be, by default, a d6, and add that to your movement.
No, I'm good. I'll move here and draw 2 weapons.
Okay. Zeus.
Zeus, I guess, is gonna run. And he's also going to quick draw with the quick draw. What is it? Boon? What are they called?
Edge.
Yeah, with his quick draw edge, he'll draw his pistol with no penalty. So to run, I roll a d6.
You roll whatever your run die is. If you have nothing affecting it, it should be a d6.
And it's exploding, right?
No.
No.
It's one of the very few things in Savage Worlds that does not. Well then,
So I can roll.
because of the map scale, you get 24.
He's just coming up here to get in this doorway the same way he's been in all the previous ones.
Fair.
And that will be Zeus's turn.
Okay. Excuse me a moment. Jay, you are shaken.
Right.
Let me figure out what exactly you have to do to try to get rid of that. Kel, do you remember?
It's a vigor roll.
Yes. Vigor roll, or you can spend a Benny to just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
You-
and while I'm shaken, I'm a deer in the headlights, yeah?
Yes. I don't think you can even move.
I
Let
think
me-
moving is okay.
Let me double check so I don't screw you with that.
Yeah.
If it's melee, then he'll provoke an AOL.
That is true. Right thing. So many rules. That's driving. Ah.
So
Under
shaking characters
action-
can move half their pace but nothing else. And they
Under
roll their
action,
spirit
a
die.
shaken character must attempt to recover from being shaken by making a spirit roll. A player may spend a Benny at any time to remove his shaken status. If it's currently his action, he may act as if he gained a raise on the spirit roll.
What do I need to roll on that spirit in order to not be shaken?
4.
4. Well, I only got a d6, so...
Yep. Failure means you remain shaken. A success means that you are no longer shaken, but can still only perform free actions. A raise means you are no longer shaken and may act normally.
I'm just gonna roll a d6.
It is a D6E.
You have a macro on your character sheet to roll
Right.
a spirit roll.
Nifty.
Well. Jay is no longer shaken, but he can only take free actions.
That's good. How far can I move on that?
3. Or no, 6, sorry.
Yep.
For this map.
And you.
We're
what is
snapped
it?
to grid.
No.
It's not grid, it's inches.
Yep.
Oh, well.
There's a lot of rules that I'm trying to keep track of. Yeah.
That works.
Moving away.
Yeah, Jay will back up and instruct the robot to watch it.
As you back up, it will take another swing at you.
Oof.
That will unfortunately shake you again, but you will be able to get your movement off.
You can
Okay,
spend a
wow.
Benny to take away the shaken condition from that.
How many bennies were we starting with?
3.
3.
3 a session,
3.
yeah.
Yep. You start with 3 unless you have things that affect them otherwise, such as lucky or unlucky.
I think I would definitely like to burn one to not be shaken again.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I think there's a macro to get rid of the shaking condition.
No.
No?
It's the heal macro, but yeah.
Ah.
I think.
Yay, a new frame rate. Or framework.
Yeah.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna sit here and blink and be stupid. That it for Jay's turn then?
Yes.
Okay. Sacha.
Sacha is going to jump into the fray and sort of maneuver right about here and is going to point blank point her fingers like they're a gun, and it turns into flames, and the flames shoot from it into the bot. I'm going to spend a Benny on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did it spend it? Yes, it did. Spell casting. There we go.
Alrighty. As you finger gun the lyre, the internal circuits begin to melt and the robot collapses. With a light touch, it tumbles back down the stairs. And then all
Sacha,
is calm once more.
Sacha turns to the group and says, "It is not safe here. Are you in need of medical attention?"
No, such
No,
I don't
no.
think anyone
I'll
got
be fine.
So about my notice roll of 8. You never gave me the
Yeah.
result for that. Yeah.
I was going to get to it on your turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you're standing next to a terminal.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those things where like you look down one side, you turn around. Oh, there it is.
Hey. Right. So I use the terminal that is Zeus's face. No.
You'd be next to one of the doors.
And it does have a port, as it were, I imagine.
Yes.
So you'll see
it might
Archie.
it might be a concealed port, but you can quite easily pop it open.
Yeah, so you'll see Archie kind of press into his temple near his cybernetic eye, and slowly a large cable extends from the back of his head, and he grabs it and slings it over his shoulder and plugs it into the terminal where he popped open the thing.
Yeah, I'm dreaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. And he's gonna go Matrix, man. He's getting in there.
Alrighty. What are you attempting to do?
I'm tempted to hack it.
Well, what is the goal of the hacking?
Just to see if I could get like ship diagnostics and everything like that. That wouldn't necessarily normally be available to somebody accessing this terminal, I guess.
Okay. Give me a roll.
All right.
Okay. Good news. Most of the systems are down, which means the firewall is down. Bad news. Most of the systems are down. The things that are still functioning, however, you have easy access to. You're able to find that the hull is intact. The pressure and life support systems are functioning as needed. The ship is safe to inhabit. You're not going to slowly suffocate.
What about the connection to the liars?
Severed.
They've been severed. Okay. It seems these robots have been severed from the mainframe of the ship.
Are they tethered to something else?
Can I tell that?
Not from here. You'd have to inspect
Okay.
one of the androids. Preferably one that is still functioning. At
Right.
least having the mechanical bits function.
Right. I can't tell from here. Let me see if I can take a look at that robot.
Of course.
So this would be a wireless link, right?
He'll disconnect his cable.
Yes, the androids to something else would be wireless.
Uh,
Actually, they would be robots, not quite androids.
Well,
By the way,
my data device.
Sorry.
It's got wireless communications. I want a broad spectrum scan.
Give me a notice.
That's more like it.
Wow.
Hold on a moment. I need to process this. You just got a 15 on a D6.
Yeah, pretty good.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is why I love Savage Worlds. Okay. So, at first, nothing comes up, and then you think, wait, this wouldn't just be broadcasting its name. It'd be something concealed, like, I don't know, you type in some random numbers and letters, and then you stare at it for a few seconds, blinking, as there is now you're now, not connected to, but you have identified a hidden network that is just a bunch of a random series of letters and numbers.
Never tell me the odds.
There is in fact a moment of, holy shit, that worked.
Calling over the hacker. Hey,
is it, Farron?
what? Where? I got it for you.
What is it, Farron?
Jay will pull a small disk from his personal data device, which then projects a large rectangular hologram displaying the wireless network that Jay has just discovered. This mean anything to you?
I'm gonna make a. Should I just make a knowledge computer roll? Or what would that be?
Do you have other knowledges?
I have common knowledge electronics.
That one would be more fitting.
Okay. And I will give that one a roll.
Okay. This isn't something that a person would set up. this is something that, like, you know the random names and letters that come with, like, a modem's default settings? It's like that. It's just
Admin?
it's just random blarg onto the screen that is unique.
It's effectively mumbo jumbo to my eyes. Some kind of rudimentary form of base connection through this weird network. I'm not sure if it even means anything.
You could try to connect to the network.
I could. I don't have a. I guess I could plug myself into that robot over there, which would be an interesting thing. We should do that.
Or you could try to plug into Jay's PDD.
Yeah,
Or your own.
it's got a variety of ports hidden somewhere in its
Could be better to connect from the robot that way. We're
spotless exterior. But yeah, the robot has been
That
destroyed.
is true as well.
Yeah, I guess Archie would kind of relay that it could be a better idea if I connect myself to the robot that way. If I can infiltrate this network, we don't appear to be some artifact.
I would only recommend that if your internal biological firewalls are at full capacity.
I'll be fine, Sacha.
Understood. And she'll back up.
He's gonna walk over to the android.
The android would actually be down here-ish.
Where?
Off to the left.
Oh, okay. So he'll walk down.
It's a
the
floor
stairs.
down.
Gotcha. He'll walk onto the toilet there.
Actually, these are toilets.
Oh, then
Oh.
she's gonna go down there too.
You guys can still see him from where you guys
Yeah.
are, so don't feel free to like cram everyone down here on this map.
Juno will have a look down the stairs with his pistol drawn, in case it moves again.
I guess he'll connect his little cable to the. See if he can. Well, first of all, he'll make a repair check to see if he can find the proper port and everything. I guess.
Alrighty.
Sacha will
Yep.
assist. Oh, never mind. She doesn't need to.
You are also able to identify some of the more, well, some of the less melted circuits that would probably be okay to fix and probably help with the whole figuring out info bits. And you're able to like swap parts from the stuff that's
Yeah, he'll do some
either
quick.
less important or more melted.
He'll do some quick rewiring and bypassing to streamline some of the computer systems before he finds the port and connects his cable to it.
Alrighty.
And by the way, when he is connected to a network, his cybernetic eye turns white.
Neat.
So,
Give me a hacking.
hack row.
Alrighty. You are able to connect to the network. And there's a brief moment of, hi, got it. And I need you to make a spirit roll. It is. You were expecting possibly some white noise and just a stream of data for you to visualize. This is instead just chaos. It is white noise for all of the senses. You're able to quickly pull yourself out of the connection before you get too bad of a headache. But you have just been assaulted on all of your senses at once.
You see him just yank the cable free and stumble backwards, pressing his back against the wall, kind of slumping down.
Archie,
What?
are you okay?
What in the nine hells was that? It was some kind of I don't even know how to explain it. It was like chaos in there.
Also, for what it's worth, you're proficient enough at hacking to know that that wasn't a firewall. That was the signal.
That wasn't even some kind of defense. That was the signal itself. No wonder these robots have been driven insane.
I do not know what the problem is.
It's like maddening white noise for all of your senses.
That sounds awful. Shall we continue?
I don't continue to wear.
I don't know. We should continue investigating. We don't want to wait for these robots to come and find us.
That's true. I think we should inform the rest of the group. He'll look up at the cat man. I'm a cat man.
Eh.
So, any luck?
I wasn't able to make any headway. The signal was damaging to my mind.
Ah. Can't send a shutdown code or anything, can we?
I can't stay connected long enough.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go see if we're flying anywhere recognizable. And with that, Jay will be moving back towards the
Cockpit?
bridge.
Okay.
It's a bridge.
As a
on the
note,
bridge.
these are the what are they called? Effectively the gangplanks of the ship. They're what connect
Right.
when the ship docks. These are escape pods. You can see that they are, in theory, working. There's nothing obviously wrong with them. They're meant to run on, or they're meant to work with emergency power, and none of them have been used.
That's good. I mean, sort of.
But you are assaulted by no more robots. And
That's
you are
good.
able to head towards the cockpit, which is up here.
Jay will keep his pistol drawn.
That
As
is
you
smart.
As you all walk past, Sacha will yell up, "Apologies, sirs, but if we're splitting the group, may I have another person with a gun down here?"
I'll go down there.
Zeus will follow the cat.
Okay. So, Jay, it's a bit concerning, but the blood stops about here. And it looks
Right.
as if the cockpit has been a little disturbed. Like, there's signs of the chairs being at an odd angle, as if someone quickly stood up. But there's nothing. All of the displays are dead or have an error device not found. And it is silent.
So what about Zeus and Michael? What are they up to?
I went down with you guys.
And Zeus went with the cat.
Oh, you went down with us? Okay, gotcha.
We're there.
Archie feels a little more comfortable now that the gigantic combat-suited man is joining us.
Yes.
Oh, whenever we go somewhere, just point and I'll be in the front. I'm a little more built for bullets than you are.
Much
Understood.
appreciated.
I'll be right behind you.
I suppose we should proceed towards the help me out here, the food place, the best mess hall. Thank you.
That would be this.
Yeah, I know.
All Alrighty.
So just while you guys move, I'd be in front of you, so I don't have to keep moving when you move, and because you're still leading the way.
Okay.
Yep. You are able to see through the doors that you pass. This is some sort of meeting hall. This is a rec room. They're both very disturbed, but there's not a whole lot of blood on this floor, which is either a good sign or concerning.
Okay. Is there a place where the blood seems to originate from on this floor?
On this floor, it's mostly coming down from stairwells. And it's less of just a pile of blood and more like throughout the crew quarters, like someone was stabbed and then left to bleed. It's not like the floor was quite literally painted with blood.
Okay.
I like that movement sound effect.
Thanks.
Classic.
And as previously stated, even though I now realize there wouldn't really be a feasible way for you to see the mess hall, there is a thick black tar just kind of spread throughout. Not all-encompassing, but it's as if something went splat in a few places here.
Can she try to identify what the tar is?
Do you have any knowledges related to xenology?
No, but I can do common knowledge.
That you can. Ladies and gentlemen, Savage Worlds.
Neat.
Again, I need a moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy potato.
Okay, I think I have a suitable answer. The scans you perform on this substance show that it has a lot of strange properties. And as it appears, it is much like tar. It is thick and viscous. However, it is also very, very, very cold, though it does not appear to be absorbing heat from anything other than what is directly touching. Like, it doesn't spread the cold, per se.
Noted.
As well, there is another not too uncommon alien creature that is gelatinous. And when such a creature dies, it turns into a muck. And that is disturbingly similar to this.
She will take note of all of this and say, we should stay away from this material.
All right, I'll take your word for it. By the way, you would be technically in front of us, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have anything to do to investigate or anything like that, feel free.
No, I'm not very good at that stuff.
Also, this is the kitchen. This is something else. I don't know what. It's too low res to really tell.
My jobs are
And,
shot, shoot and get shot.
That seems to just be like a food storage area.
Yeah. And there is food on display, but it's not something you would want to eat. It's almost like it's been set out for a couple of years.
Oh. Is there anything else of note in here?
No. There are not crumpled bodies of androids like there were on the first floor. There are continuing no bodies. Unless you consider these piles of tar a body of some sort.
Are there any more data terminals nearby?
There are occasional ones on the walls. They're meant to be like advertisement displays, but they are hooked into the central computer of the ship.
Okay. Well, I'll do something with them, but let's pass it back to Jay and Zeus.
Yes. So, Jay,
Yes.
the cockpit is calm.
Of course.
What do you do? As well, I should note, even though this ship does have a horrendously scientifically inaccurate space window, the blast shield is shut, and you cannot see out of it.
Until I know that the window's actually there, I don't think I want to go opening that shutter.
Well, you can see the window that's shut on the upper part of the ship.
Okay. Well, can I link my PDD into the ship's computer from here? With the emergency power, I mean, is there anything in the cockpit, bridge, whatever?
I will need either a hacking or a repair roll.
I'm gonna go with repair because I do actually have some points there.
I figured as much. Okay. It takes a little bit, but you are able to find, after a bit of trial and error, which wires to hook up to which. And it doesn't immediately give you any more information than just looking around the cockpit does. There are certain terminals that, like, you're able to see it's supposed to be connected to something, and just not receiving a connection.
Well, IT 101, is everything plugged in? Or is this a wireless setup, in which case it's more complicated?
The things that you can see are plugged in. Like, it's a disconnect somewhere down the line.
Right.
What's Zeus up to while the cat is poking and prodding with wires?
That depends. I have an important question about how comlinks work.
Okay.
Would we have had to like match frequencies or something if someone else had one beforehand to be able to use them?
Oh.
I'm gonna say that they work mostly like smartphones, but you could also like broadcast a message, like an all channels type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be careful doing that given the robots.
Zeus is not that stupid.
Yes.
Just saying.
You could make sure that others with a comlink could hear it, but anything that picks up on a wireless connection would likely hear it.
Then in the meantime, Zeus is gonna be examining, looking for signs of a struggle and looking for signs of cover-up of a struggle, like checking under rugs for scratch marks and stuff like that.
Okay. Coney, is there a like investigation roll?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the investigation skill.
Okay. I'm not the most familiar with Savage World
that's-
skills.
I mean, I don't know what is he doing?
He's basically investigating the area, trying to find a struggle, signs of one, or signs
That would
of
be
hiding
that
one.
would be notice. That would not be
would be-
investigation.
Right, because investigation is more like...
Poring over tomes, and examining databases, so on and so forth.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
It's a bit of a confusingly named skill.
Yep.
But, alright.
Well then.
Jesus, okay. Hmm. you are able to determine through piecing together clues that there was a disturbance, but not a struggle. Like, it's as if everyone in the cockpit quickly got out and ran out the door. Maybe not all at the same time, but definitely everyone left here very quickly, including the pilot.
All right. And the other thing he'll be looking for once he notices Jay is struggling without power is look for any kind of crawl space or anything like that that might access other wires where there could be a break. Just seeing if he can find more hardware for Jay to look at.
I'll be back in just a moment, guys. Hold on just a second.
I'll give you that with that knowledge or notice roll. You are able to find a. It's a mix between maintenance and ventilation that you're able to basically kick open. And there's more of the meat bits of the computers down below. And it would be a tight squeeze for you, but Jay could fit in fairly easily.
Hey, I don't think I caught your name. Catman.
Jay.
Jay? Jay, I don't know if this would help you, but there seems to be more under here. And I'll point.
Couldn't hurt to look. Activating a small light on his PDD, Jay will crawl into the access panel and begin looking around for a...
As a note, you would have to unplug your PDD to be able to leave with it.
No big deal. I know where to plug it back in.
That's true. I'm just pointing out the wires are not that long.
What did I miss?
Fair enough.
They found a maintenance hatch, effectively.
Oh, awesome.
Time
And
to run into killer ripper robots.
have you ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Not
No.
that one.
Fuck. Basically, it's a scene from that. It's red emergency lighting and a lot of grates. You're able to see to the ceiling of the floor below.
But can he put a bang and dunk on it?
He might be able to put a bang and donk on it. So, Jay, there are a bit more of the meat bits of the computers upstairs down here. Gonna try to poke around, see if things are misplaced or you got other plans.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke around and see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, give me I think that'd be a repair roll. You know what you're looking for.
Oh.
Unfortunately, things look like they're supposed to be where they're at. The wires that are disconnected are not down here if they are not severed somewhere else.
So, this is the main computer. Or this is just a terminal. Sorry. Weirdly worded.
It might not be the main computer of the ship, but it's definitely the hub for the cockpit.
Right. We'll call up where he entered the access hatch and belligerently mention that we're going to have to go check the main computer.
Do you know where that might be?
I mean, how long were we on board prior to this happening?
About 4 days.
Hello?
Hi.
Sorry.
Okay.
It would make sense to know where that is then, right? Maybe have a map?
You might have an idea, but it's not something that the crew would blatantly say, oh yeah, here's where the entire computer that controls our ship is.
Okay, well, hold on now. I'm a pilot. I like ships. I have an internet-capable device with me.
That last
This
bit,
is a standard design, is it not?
With space, it's an outer net, not an internet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Exonet.
the
I
Exonet
know.
connection might not help you here, because, well, frankly, you don't know where here is. And even though this ship did have an extranet connection, that was one of the first things to go when power needed to be routed somewhere else.
Well, yeah, but what I mean here is I'm gonna be in this bucket of bolts. I should know what it is. It's a standard
Oh,
ship
that's-
design, right?
Yeah, he's saying
That's
as a
true.
ship
Yeah.
enthusiast, that's something
Um,
you probably looking for.
Yeah, if it has modifications, it's things that you would not have picked up on. Like,
That
yeah,
would be a common knowledge roll with a bonus because he has a his background specializes in stuff like that.
Indeed. I was gonna give the +4 the same that the PDD gives, because, well, it makes sense that you would get a bonus from being interested in ships and such, and you'd have the means to look it up.
I don't actually have a macro for common knowledge, but I got this.
It's just smarts.
Oh, well.
Smarts plus 4.
Yep.
So, smarts exploding plus 4, excuse me.
Right.
You can just click
Unless-
the smarts button on your character sheet.
Yeah, we'll
Unless
add
otherwise specified, it does always explode. Oof.
I did get a +4.
That is a
Um,
6.
Yeah.
That's true. That's enough.
I can pretty close by on that.
Assuming that this ship has not been modified, the main central computer should be right near where the engines are, which, if you zoom out, is this thing.
Right, and that's lower deck? Yeah.
That would be the... Yes, that would be the deck
Okay.
below, and towards the back of the ship.
Come on, Baldy.
Paul Baldy. He's got spiky hair. What?
He's got like a little tuft on top of his head, but
Oh,
Hey Luke, have you spent a penny?
I've
Yes, he
spent one.
has.
Get it back. That was worth it. Alrighty.
Then we're probably finishing up our investigation up here.
Yep.
I said I would.
Oh.
I said after we passed back, Archie was going to do something with that data terminal on the wall.
Okay.
That's correct. What would you like to attempt?
He's just going to connect to it again.
Alrighty.
You said the
Yeah.
firewall is gone, so I don't really need to hack, right?
You might... Jesus, that was loud lightning. You will still need a roll, but it's less to try and get access to something and more to try and find access to something.
Okay, that makes sense. In which case, I'm going to see if I can get to data logs.
What do you mean?
The ship's data logs.
Like crew logs?
Crew logs, diagnostic logs, everything.
Gotcha. Okay. That hacking roll?
Yeah.
You're able to find local logs, like close to where you're at. Stuff from the pilot and food service crew. Or not necessarily just the pilot, but like flight staff and the food service crew.
Okay. Should I make an
Seems to be-
investigation roll?
Yes, but even if you fail, you'll get some information.
Gotcha.
Would he want assistance?
Sure.
Might as well.
Might as
Yeah.
well, right?
How does assistance work in Savage Worlds again?
It's +2. So that
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
just the same. As long as she succeeds on a common,
Mm-hmm.
then it's a +2 to my check. Just like DC 10 gets a +2 in Pathfinder kind of thing.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then so basically this would just be Archie. He would be holding up his PDD and using it to sort of show Sacha the data that is streaming through his mind and everything.
And she'll point out things he might have missed.
Yep.
Things appear to be very normal. There's very little that is of interest for the logs of the past few days. Or, well, not past few days, but the first few days of the journey. And then they all suddenly stop. The last posted log was less than an hour before midnight, what would be the 4th day of the journey. I still have yet to figure out how this system works with time and, FTL travel. But, then just there's nothing. For days. For weeks. Months. Close to a year. And then there are sporadic logs that some of them seem completely routine. It's just another tally of the food supplies. It's just another routine checkup on how the ship systems are doing. There are also logs that are just mad ranting.
What are the mad? What is some of the mad ranting? Is there anything?
It doesn't make logical sense. It's not just someone's paranoid about the robots. You picked up on a bit of that. It's just, no. They know someone is watching them particularly. They don't know what, where, why, but it's watching them. They can
Anything, by the way, that we're pointing out to each other, Sacha and Archie are, Michael would be able to see and read if he wanted to.
Indeed.
I'm not paying attention.
I like to imagine he's just looking over the food counter trying to decide whether or not he wants to risk eating it.
Archie, I have a bad feeling that this is Medica synth at work.
I have my doubts.
It makes sense though, Archie. They're here after me.
Listen, let's not start your mad ranting on the level of this, okay?
But keep it in mind, we don't want to be sideswiped by them.
Noted.
Thank you.
And the very last log you come across, dated for tomorrow? That's not right. It is said to be from the pilot, and it's just pure madness. It is one sentence in all caps, repeated again and again and again and again. The eye is outside.
Are you seeing this, Sacha?
Yes, I am, Archie.
Sasha is an android. She's able to read it very quickly. It is repeated 274 times.
274 times repeated.
My God. I wonder what washed over the man. Pilot. He's going to access his comm link and see if he can connect with Jay's comm link.
Jay's specifically.
Yeah.
Give me a computer's roll.
So just by hacking.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can do
Fucking
that.
easily. You are able to access the files on his comm link if you so desire.
don't look in the folder that says definitely not Star Wars.
Noted.
There
I
may
just
be
wanna
Star Wars
communicate with
content
him.
in there, but it's not the kind you're gonna want to be looking at.
It's not wholesome.
I'm terrified.
Oh.
God
Someone
damn
get
it.
away from this
I knew
thing.
including you was a good idea.
All right. He's gonna void that folder and try to communicate with Jay.
I know we can't play it over stream, but just for the record, the ringer is the Imperial March.
Boom, 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 boom.
So, Jay, as you're heading down the stairs, yes?
Yes.
As you're heading down the stairs, you get a call.
Jay will be slightly startled, then tap EDD, pulling up his eye display and answering the call.
Is this a voice call or a video call, Kiko?
I assume. Oh yeah, up to
Or
him.
brain call.
Right.
This is a video call, but Archie is currently busy, so he uses his avatar, which is just literally just him, a copy of him.
I was gonna ask.
He's a copy
he's not-
of him in cyberspace.
Yeah, exactly. So he looks. The only difference is that he looks muscular for some reason.
Not even like absurdly muscular. It's just like he went to the gym like 2 more times.
Yeah, like no, like you know that Archie you saw before, fairly skinny, fairly just lean and crippled and a bit hunched and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's not this guy. This guy is perfectly fine. He's got some serious muscle tone. Looks athletic.
Looks like he
Like
likes
building
long
yourself
walks on the
in
beach.
a fantasy RPG, sort of.
Right.
So he waves. Listen, Farron, we've found some data. I know you were investigating the cockpit, correct?
Yeah, whole thing's screwed up. We gotta head to the main computers.
Listen, I'm going to share this with you, and he'll pop up the message. This is the data log I've uncovered for the pilot, dated for tomorrow.
Aha. Tomorrow or tomorrow 3 years ago?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Jay will open up the file and read. While walking, of course.
It's you can take a glance at it and you basically get the whole gist of it. It is just one sentence in caps repeated again and again and again. The eye is outside.
I don't know if the number
Right.
274 has any purpose, but that's how many times he wrote that same sentence.
It's only 10 off from my designation.
That's a coincidence.
Is it though, Archie?
Yes, it is.
Regardless, I will stay on guard. And you should too.
Noted.
Uh,
Jay, you of course hear this exchange going on.
Yeah, he's like right about here-ish.
yeah.
No, you would have heard it go on over the comm link
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But on that note, as we, come down the stairs while taking the call, Jay will give a little wave over to Archibald.
She will not. He's going to disconnect himself from the computer and close the call on his comm link. It's just come to my attention that none of us know each other's names except, well, myself and Sacha.
Yes.
Jay will shrug.
Well, I'm Archibald Fliacci.
It
You
is
may call me Zeus.
it is good to meet you all. I am Medicus Synth Arcane Construct and Health Advisor 284, but my employer designated me as Sacha.
I'm Michael.
And you, Farron?
Jay.
That's
a pleasure.
better.
Same to you, Brains.
I think we need to find the main computer, the ship.
It's just below decks here.
Lead the way, but, well, I think we should let our blue armored friend here take the lead.
Can I sketch up a quick schematic of the ship to show where we're headed?
A basic one.
Okay.
I mean,
Also,
honestly, Archie,
I
while
didn't do it
connected,
earlier.
Archie could probably just download the ship's map, right,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the data terminal.
Yeah, you could get. It wouldn't be in one particular thing. There would be parts of the ship that are purposefully not shown, namely the 2 weapon rooms.
Right, but it could
But-
be deduced that they are there. Yeah.
Yeah, but given your hacking, you would be able to find a schematic of that room particularly and piece it together.
Gotcha. So he would just kind of hold up his comm link and swipe towards Jay's comm link, and it'll pop up on his or I guess I'm in his PDD and swipe towards Jay's PDD, and it'll pop up there.
Great. Jay will mark the designated room along with the quickest path there.
It's pretty much a straight shot.
Let's hope we don't run into any more of those robots.
Agreed.
Also, Zeus,
Yes.
you were asking previously about your motorcycle. Last you had seen it, it was down this slope, leading over to here, in one of these containers. Packed safely for travel.
Paranoid android, para-android.
Yeah, those robots have been mean lately.
Yes. Can I make a repair check to try to repair Michael's mind?
Some things are too far gone.
I was going to say something along those lines, and I'm glad I don't have to now.
After a few minutes of chit chat, a light bulb will go off in Zeus's head, and he'll be like, "Oh wait, were we just passing out maps?" We do share, and he'll reach into his trench coat, and then you'll hear like a slight hydraulic hiss as if an automatic pocket is opening, and he'll pull out a PDD of his own.
Pocket.
He is so extra.
Oh, it only gets worse.
Listen, even though it has no listed cost, that trench coat would bankrupt cities.
That trench coat
Sure.
is a smart suit.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
It has all the bells and whistles, except the glidey bits. Those would end disastrously.
Smart
Yeah.
suits are pretty ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. He thought about the glide bits and then realized that one time he tried to fly anything, he crashed before taking off somehow. There was no lift off, just the bottom of the ship fell out and then fell onto the ground. Anyways, he'll hold out his PDD and look to back and forth between Jay and Archibald, prompting them for a copy of the map.
Jay
Archibald's
will
flag
send it
on his-
over,
or-
and also highlight the route a little bit brighter.
You now have 2 instances of the map.
Zeus will swipe back and forth a couple of times, and then kind of furrow his brow, and then delete the one that Archibald sent, because he likes the slightly brighter, highlighted route on.
Great.
God, I love sci-fi games because this bullshit happens.
Yeah, and then
Alright.
Zeus is like, alright. Oh, we should probably stay in constant contact with each other. And first he'll slide his hand back into his trench coat, and you hear the hiss of the hydraulic pocket closing.
Oh my god.
And then you can't quite make it out, but you see his hand shake back and forth like he's flipping a switch. And then on his collar, a couple of flaps pop down, and out of one, a little microphone sticks out, and out of the other, an earbud falls out with a wire, and he grabs that and sticks it in his ear. He goes, you should stay in contact with each other.
Oh my god.
That's incredible.
It's like a Rube Goldberg machine, but a suit.
It's custom.
Remind me to get the name of your tailor.
It's a marvel of design.
That is one word for it. All right, lead the way, Jay.
Me? You kidding? Blue's leading the way. He's got the biggest gun.
Well, you're going to lead
I'll
the man
follow
that
from the
leads the
front.
way.
Yeah, I follow from the front.
Jay will just swipe the highlighted route over to him.
You don't want me to touch that.
You're right, we don't. Please stay away.
Also, after the biggest gun comment, you hear Zeus mutter under his breath, "Biggest gun, my ass," and kind of pat his box on his back.
All right, so we're headed down to the main computer.
This is so petty. I love it.
So, we're headed down?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
You
get
would-
into our file
Yeah,
order
we have
here.
to go down that
You
ramp.
would head past over here, and then you'd here on this side.
I think we should have a big guy up front and a.
Be right behind where I'm supposed to be, because I missed that. All right, I'll go with that. I'll have my weapons drawn.
Then Sasha should probably lead up Archie's flank to protect him from behind, so he doesn't
Yeah.
spontaneously combust, as he is prone to do.
Is Zeus willing to pass up the opportunity to check on his bike?
Yes.
Alrighty. And I'm going to move all you over there. And as you enter the back of the ship, the air of it changes from being very passenger friendly to being strictly utilitarian. It's still run down. There's still the occasional crumpled robot or blood splatter. But it's less... This is maintenance and engineering. But you arrive at the back of the ship unaccosted. These are stairs up. And this is a sort of washroom for the engine workers.
Is this still bloody in here?
It's less of a bloodbath than it was in the crew quarters, but yeah, it appears that there have been fights previously, and people have been injured.
Is there any more of that tar?
No, there is not.
If you see any dark substances, I recommend staying away from it, as it could be hazardous to your biological functions.
Thank you, Sasha.
Thanks for the heads up, Bolts.
It is my duty.
So far, we have Brains at Bolts and Baldy.
We got Brains, Bolts, Baldy, Blue, and Booker.
He likes bees, doesn't he?
For now.
And as the warning from Sasha has been said, again over the emergency broadcast, the obviously robotic voice alerts the crew and passengers that one of the engines is missing. And then it is again silent.
Well, that's going to send chills down my spine every time.
Well, I suppose we can do a notice roll to pick up on any clues.
Yes. Everyone can give me a notice roll.
Average.
I'll roll my Benny. I'll roll my wild dice just for giggles. Okay, I'm gonna take it first, which is 5.
So, what specifically are people looking for?
I have no idea.
Any signs of life and or where signs of life ended, as well as any hotspots for activity.
I'll tell you now.
Pretty much
anytime
that
I'm looking for
and
stuff-
or robots.
Anytime I'm looking for stuff, I'm either looking for things that would shoot me or that I would shoot. That is my first.
Fair enough.
Zeus doesn't exactly get how computers work, and he knows we're looking for the main computer, so he's just looking for a cable. He thinks there's just going to be a giant cable along the floor leading to it.
Oh my god.
You are all able to determine that this immediate area is safe. There are no androids that are functional. Well, robots.
Wow.
Calling them androids. There's a functional android. Maybe dysfunctional. That's up for debate. But there are no functional robots. And as for figuring out signs of life or hotspots, sadly there isn't. Sasha's able to pinpoint a few spots as to where someone had likely collapsed when, they took mortal injury, but the body's not there.
And it doesn't look like it was dragged away.
Nope.
Wow.
Well, shall we continue then?
Yes, I agree.
To get to the main computer, go straight through.
All right, if you'll move us collectively, I guess, Axel.
Yep. You're able to get to about there. And then, annoyingly, the door does not open.
All right, step aside. Let me see what I can do.
Give me either electronics or repair.
I'll give you a repair.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
As this is going on, Zeus will gesture Sasha into the room and then post up at the door, as he did way back in those hallways, kind of braced against it, leaning around the wall.
So, like, right there for her?
Yeah.
Just in case there's anything on the other. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
There is not a wall here. a wall here.
Well, there's one right here.
Oh, you're looking out, not this way.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's covering
So-
their tracks.
I'll turn on my personal shield.
Yeah, so Archie would kind of be crouched down next to the door, next to like the data pad of the door and everything, trying to figure out what's wrong with it. He would gesture for Michael to ready himself just in case there's something behind the door.
As a note, the door is clear, see-through. It's one of those annoying space glass things.
Oh, okay.
But the door doesn't open because of two reasons. One, it is authorized personnel only. That would be fine. The other reason is it doesn't have power.
Right. We're gonna need to find a way to give this thing power. Is there a data terminal nearby?
Different question, same objective. This I don't know, what is it? Is this plastisteel, something like that? Whatever. This transparent medium door.
It's a
can we break
really
these?
strong, clear polymer.
Well, anybody got a fusion cutter or something? Laser sword?
I certainly don't.
I can try to use my magic.
Well,
They wouldn't let me use the laser swords.
my only worry is that if we damage it too much and don't manage to get through, we'll never get it to open.
Yeah, we gotta be careful about what we're routing power to, though.
I
As
agree.
a note, through the door, you are able to see a catwalk above.
What's the cat look like? Oh no, that was the good. No.
Jamie.
That was horrible.
Wah wah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm done with the session.
How high up is the catwalk?
Maybe like 15 feet.
Somebody give me a toss.
It's on the other,
We
it's
gotta
on
get
the other
cat
side
over
of the
there.
door.
It's on the other side of the door.
Oh.
It's above the engine room.
Yeah, but
All right.
As well, you are able to notice this engine, not here.
But it's here.
But it's not.
Perhaps I can donate some of my power.
Well, you could try. Might get us somewhere.
Don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
She's an android that has charge.
No. I
Oh.
don't know what you're talking about. That engine's not.
Oh.
yet.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But that could possibly be done. Use Sasha's internal batteries to jump kick the door. Or jump start.
Might fatigue
Also
her,
possibly jump kick. I won't judge.
but- Might fatigue her, but
I also have a personal shield that can do it. That has a charge.
that's true. But we might need your personal shield.
we might need some.
We might need the
Yeah, right?
personal shield, but having the magic around seems more useful.
Yeah, but we don't even know how much power is going to drain from her to turn it on.
Yeah.
And she probably gets a better gauge of her power levels than the personal shield does.
Yeah, exactly.
I do not mind.
We'll give it a whirl then.
This would actually require a repair roll from someone. To get
I'll do it.
I can do it.
Sacha can help. Hey, I helped.
So 12.
Okay.
Anyone else want to aid? I'm pretty sure it works. I don't think we need much.
Yes.
So, all right. Hey, 14.
As a concerted effort, you are able to gently pull power from Sasha's systems and get the door to slide open, latch,
Well,
and
did
then
we-
disconnect the power.
Right. Well, Archie would still have to hack it and get the security authorization. Right.
That is true. I did say that.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm pretty sure he'll succeed. So, there.
yeah, that's fine. Nothing special happens, but you're able to bypass the.
That is Snake Eyes.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh crap.
Do you want to Benny that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Listen, like I see 2 5s, and I'm just like, okay, that's fine. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. You're able to-
Archie's five. Archie's fives are actually. So.
Also, Kel, what is the android's unit of their power? Is it once like a charge per day? Basically, how many days can they go without a charge, or how many units?
Well, every day they go without a charge, they get 1 fatigue until they're non-operational,
Gotcha.
which is, I think, once you hit 2 fatigue.
So what do we
I think
do
you
to
have
track
2
a few
fatigue,
hours?
and the third makes you knocked out.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be a little lethargic and a little tired, but not enough to warrant fatigue.
Okay.
The power is pulled from your system gently enough that it's not a shock.
So as the door slides open, Archie will kind of gesture flourishingly inside. Well, my gigantic blue friend, shall you?
Yes.
As you step through the door, you see, you're not entirely sure what. They're just engine components of some sort on either side. The central terminal. This engine is just just gone. You can see where it's supposed to be hooked up to other systems, but there's just no engine there. And the other one, while it's there, it's leaking a bit. And it's not leaking oil or grease or, thankfully, radiation. It's leaking some of that black tar that was in the mess hall.
Do not touch that.
Archie will slowly step inside. Yikes.
If no one else goes in, Sacha will also step inside.
Jay will also step in and have a look at the terminal.
Zeus is continuing to watch the flank, make sure no one comes from behind us.
Is this the main computer terminal here?
Yes.
Okay.
And, it says backup power only. Systems may be non-functional.
Well, I suppose we're not goofing around. I'll just connect to it. Zeus is the real MVP. I agree. Look at his hair.
At this moment, he quite literally has everyone's back.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so give me another hacking.
Hack row! Ooh,
Alrighty.
sexy.
You are able to connect to the terminal of the ship, and you might expect, based on simply by what's not there, that this is a fairly accurate depiction of the ship in virtual space. But you can only see bits and pieces of it. You're able to see the life support system, obviously. You're able to see one of the engines trying to work, and a lot of warning signs based around it. You're able to see a few of the terminals at the front of the ship. But there's just a lot of empty space.
Right. I'm going to see if I can do some file management, some data repair, to see if I can fill in the gaps
Okay.
Just another roll there, I guess.
Yep. Okay. You do your thing, flipping switches and whatnot, as it were. And for a moment, the virtual space goes dark. And then it reboots. And there are still holes in the virtual ship, but there are a lot more systems online. And there's a warning. Additional systems. Yeah, excuse me. Got shit in my throat. Additional systems recognized. Backup power may be used at an accelerated rate.
All right. I think I
And
managed to
for
restore some.
those outside of virtual space, the lights flicker for a moment. And then, instead of the dark, red, dreary emergency lights, you actually get the legitimate, real lights. And it's a moment of comfort for all, I'm sure.
But Archie's a vampire and he dies. No, I
Well, reroll character.
don't. Glad I had that backup. I know. Well, I've managed to restore some amount of more functionality with the power.
If we were on backup power before, that means we're on a timer now, doesn't it?
Yes. But given us a bit longer, I believe.
Well done.
So, I guess what I'm going to try to do is see. You know, remember you said I could only access local data logs and so on and so forth up there?
Yes.
I'm going to see if I can access all of the extensive data logs I was missing from before in the data terminal up above.
So
Alrighty.
I think something's missing from around here.
I like to imagine this long for Michael to get
I thought he had something accurate to say there. I was like, wow, what do you see? And I see him looking at the emptiness that was the engine. Michael.
So, I would like a notice, or a computer check from Archibald, and then a notice check from both Archibald and Zeus.
Okay, I'm going to make a. Okay, I'll use the wild card. Thanks.
Alrighty.
And there's that. All right, I'm going to roll my wild dice. All right, that was real good. We'll let Zeus handle that.
Okay. Alrighty. So, first of all, Archibald, you are able to find full logs from the ship. Anything posted on one of the ship's computers. And it pretty much follows the same order as before. The first 4 scheduled days of the journey are pretty normal, and then they stop for the most part. And there are sporadic bits of normal and sporadic bits of crazy. You are able to find another log for the future, although it's far, far into the future. Like, take the thousands part of the year and put it up like 5, and the simple message of that is all is lost.
Such dour people.
No, Archie wouldn't be displaying this. You would just see his jaw kind of clench and his non-cybernetic eye widen considerably. I think that's terrifying.
Is something wrong?
Now he'll hold up his PDD and display what he's seeing to the rest of the people around him.
That is certainly troublesome.
That's one way of putting it.
Right. One of the engines is offline. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can see where we are.
Go ahead.
Ah. Like, in terms of where we are in space?
Yeah, coordinates, systems,
Gotcha.
so on and so forth. He's going to basically, from the mainframe, the main computer, connect to the piloting, the cockpit, and see if he can examine the coordinates and everything. And if he notices that the blast shield is down, he'll try to raise it.
Alrighty. Give me another computers. That's well enough. You are able to, 1, raise the blast shield, and 2, reboot the navigation computer. And you find, a bit disturbingly, that you are within the same solar system as Frontier Station, slowly drifting towards it. It seems you have reached almost your destination.
He's still displaying all the data he's seeing on his PDD, by the way, guys.
How lucky for us, we're almost here. We can get help.
No, I think if we were going to get help, they would have already sent it. He's going to see if there was any notes in the system, if they were scheduled for docking with the Frontier Station.
The only thing you are able to find is that they were scheduled to dock one day after normal left.
And they've had no communication past that with Frontier Station, right?
It's not that they had communication with Frontier, that's just the day they were scheduled to arrive.
Gotcha.
But there hasn't been communication with Frontier Station
Okay.
in the logs until like a few days before you started travel.
Got it. Well, they were certainly expecting us 3 years ago.
I wonder if our clearance still holds up.
Damn it, Rich would have been amazing.
I don't think clearance matters at this point.
It couldn't hurt to get the comms up, could it?
Agreed. Let me see if I can restore functionality there.
Didn't Zeus have a notice roll he did? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was curious
and
about that.
I have been giving him information.
Oh, okay. So it's
Oh.
private information. Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So
I'm
what
gonna-
is the attempt going on right now? I missed.
Trying to restore functionality to the comms.
Okay. Give me a first a perception at a net +4. So D4 +4.
Perception, you mean notice?
Yes, that's it. My bad.
So D4 +4, you said?
Yep.
Okay, I don't
It would,
have that prepared.
it would include the wild card as well, so.
Okay.
Is that one that we all can help on, or just him?
Just him.
Okay, I'll take the 11, I think.
As you are about to begin attempting to reboot this system, you notice there's another virtual presence here.
Really now? You would see the data as he focuses in. You would see like the data streaming to you guys from his PDD kind of shut down.
Did you hit a firewall?
No, I've hit something much more than that. It's another
And
presence.
as soon as Archibald says that, the robotic voice again speaks over the loudspeaker. Attention, crew and passengers. One of the engines is just... The voice is abruptly cut off.
It's a ghost in the machine. In response to the... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Are they still functional?
I have no idea. In response to noticing the other presence, I guess Harji is going to try to like throw up some firewall defenses and everything before proceeding forth.
What is he proceeding forth with?
Seeing if he can determine what this presence is in the system.
Ah, gotcha.
But he doesn't want it to try to counter hack him, so he's preparing defenses first.
Okay. Is that something mechanically or just what you're doing?
I have no idea. That is up to you.
I'm just gonna say that it's something you can easily do.
Okay.
And so, if someone hacks you, you will know it at least.
Mm-hmm. All right, so he's going to proceed forward and see if he can make contact with the ghost in the machine.
Okay. Since I like them, roll me a d100.
You got it, boss.
Something for probability.
Is it exploding?
Fuck no.
I was just kidding.
That'd be hilarious.
Okay.
If I need to call, I'll call high. Thanks. No, I'm just...
It would seem that this other entity has also noticed you as well, and it has put up security systems of its own. Attempting to communicate with it would be a little difficult.
Well, he'll do it anyhow.
Okay.
While this is going on, Sacha reaches down to pet Jay.
All right. If she dies in the next few seconds, I probably won't know because I'm in this machine so intensely at this point. But I'll probably hear the blaster fire and her head rolling to the ground.
So Luke, how does Jay take to being pet? You there, Luke? Hello?
Luke.
Push to talk,
Hello?
Luke. Push to talk.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was pushing. It's fine. Don't worry. It's all. I did actually mention it earlier about when I was disturbed. If you're gonna pet me, you'd better have some fish. In this case, though, Juno will simply bat the robotic hand away, give a stink eye, and say, "Hands off."
She nods and says, "Resistance has been noted."
When you say paws off.
Basically, Archibald is hacking. He noticed there's someone else. And both people are on the defensive. Well, I say people. Both Matrix entities are on the defensive. And also Sasha tried to pet Jay. He didn't like that.
Thanks.
Yep.
Josephus Broheim, yeah. So, what do we have then? I guess I'll make a hacking roll to attempt to hack in to him to make communication.
Okay.
I guess it will actually test the other person's experience because he'll know that this program that Archie is trying to inject is one strictly for communication and nothing else. So if he's smart enough, he might let this through. Thoughts?
I mean, this could
YOLO.
also be pretty. You can pretty easily hide malicious intent in communication as well.
Hopefully that works.
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Do you guys see a dice result?
Nope.
Cool. And apparently this isn't as familiar of a hacker or potentially just a paranoid entity as it does try to block your attempts at communication. However, you are able to slip through its firewall.
All right. He's going to try to make communication with it.
Alrighty. You can just do that.
He'll broadcast through the network then.
Mhm.
Hello?
You hear a voice respond that is... How do I put it? It's sort of muffled. It's as if it's speaking through the speaker of a helmet. Who is this?
I'm Archibald Fleaci. I'm one of the crew of the Peruvian.
As a note, you would not be a crew member. You would be a passenger.
I'm sorry, a passenger. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Just making sure that if you wanted it to be correct, it was correct. You hear, or pause, and then the voice responds, "One moment, please." And the entity disconnects from the network.
Whoa.
And then a few moments later, it reconnects. The firewalls are still up, but it's not standoffish as it was before.
And who are you?
I am, well, I'm a member of the Atlas security personnel from Frontier.
I see. You've been scanning the systems then.
We have just arrived. It's good to know that, well, at least one other person's alive on this hellscape. The hell happened here?
We have no idea.
Okay. Where are you?
Do we hear him talking?
You do not.
Okay. No, I mean
No, this
Cody.
is... No, it's a mental projection.
Okay.
Yeah, it
It's my brain connected to the network.
connected
like a
to
second mouth.
whatever this person is using to connect to the network.
Yeah, effectively. He said, where are we?
Yes.
We're in the main engine room. I'm connected to the computer mainframe now.
Alright. Do you know if any others are alive?
Yes. There are 4 others with me.
Good. Stay put. We'll send men on our way.
Roger. I'm
And then
disconnecting.
The entity also disconnects. And then there is a another voice, muffled as well through the loudspeaker. It says, "Attention! Any aboard this ship, this is the Atlas security personnel of Frontier Station. We mean to extract any and all survivors, though if hostile intent is projected towards us, we will return in kind. Stay where you are put, or stay put where you are, and our men will find you."
Archie turns to the rest of them while disconnecting himself from the mainframe. And he presses a button near his eye to retract the cable back up into the back of his head. All right. That's the Atlas security personnel from Frontier. They're here to rescue us.
Did you make sure it was not Medicasynth?
Yes. It's not Medicasynth.
Thank you.
Does Sasha take his word for it?
He'll start tapping on the terminal nervously. And then
Oh, is
Archie
that
kind
a
of
tell?
scans his brain for a moment. Do Atlas and Medicasynth have any relations? Her
And
paranoid delusions are starting to rub off on him.
she does not take his word for it right away, at least.
All right. Also, Archie, you can make me a common knowledge roll.
Okay. I'll roll my d10. All right. Very good.
You know that they're, in theory, separate corporations, but there are also a lot of things that you know specifically that are, in theory, separate corporations that are run by the same people.
Yeah,
You
Archie's,
really can't
Archie's
tell.
quite familiar. Yeah. Although, come to think of it, I don't. Never mind.
Come to think of it, what?
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
Do you have suspicions you're not relaying?
No. Not at all.
I see. And she'll turn to the door.
So, at first, it is just Zeus, but quickly followed as the sound gets closer. You hear a few sets of heavy booted feet treading on the metal floor, approaching.
Sacha moves into the corner.
Yeah.
Jay will holster his pistol.
Zeus will gesture back for everyone to take some form of cover. Just like a hand wave towards getting out of the hallway. And then he'll call out, "Who goes there?"
Zeus. It's just Atlas security personnel from Frontier. Let them in.
I need some form of proof that it's them.
You hear, after a brief pause, one of them speak. This is Atlas 1, and then a door, quickly followed by the sound of a door opening. More footsteps, and then gunfire and a bang.
Oh,
Jay will draw his pistol again.
Sacha will draw her finger guns.
Archie will draw his brain.
From his advanced position, can Zeus see anything peering around the doorframe?
Peering around the doorframe, yes, you do
On the
see. Let's just place a few of them there. Three of the Atlas security personnel, as well as let me grab the token. And prepared one of the liars. Well, more accurately, the crumpled husk of one of the liars. It appears to have weaponized something from this room, as one of the security personnel is laying on the floor, obviously bloodied.
What do you see?
There's definitely Atlas personnel out there. They encountered a particularly nasty robot. One of them's hurt.
Should have warned them about that.
Are any of you a medic?
Yes, I am.
As if on cue, one of them does yell out for a medic.
Sacha,
Rush
go.
forward.
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way too.
Don't let Michael touch you.
Yeah. At the approach of Michael, this one here does raise his rifle and says, "Halt."
Hello, yes, I am Medicasynth Arcane Construct and Health Advisor 284. Please let me through.
And I like to shoot things.
Classic.
The security personnel raises the hand off of his rifle, points at Michael. You stay there, let the android through.
And you'll see Archie will appear. Are any of you the one that was connected to the system?
This one here will be giving you assistance.
Okay.
The one with the gun still trained in that direction will say, no, he's back in the hangar.
It was me who made contact with.
Understood.
How bad are this person's wounds?
It looks like he was attempted to be hugged by an IED. It's nasty.
Got it.
Thankfully, there's not a whole lot of shrapnel. It's just a lot of blunt force trauma.
All right, she will put her hands over the man, and they will begin to glow bright with light, and slowly the light will transfer onto him.
Alrighty. The man does jolt a bit as if being defibrillated, and you hear him begin to give raspy breaths and cough and loosely grope at his helmet.
You're okay. You're in good hands.
The other man that was assisting you will take off his helmet, and the other one almost vomits out a significant amount of blood.
The one that was helping me?
No, the one that's helping you reaches over, takes off the other man's helmet.
Oh.
And that guy just blood. But he lays on his side, and he looks up at you, and his eyes are a mix of fear and, oh, thank fuck.
Is she able to make a regular healing roll as well to further heal up any wounds? Since it's
yes, although unless you have that one, what is it, edge, it will take 10 minutes.
Okay. And
Yeah,
she will
10
apply
minutes.
healing gel.
Alrighty,
So this is at +2.
will be enough. You are able to quite miraculously save this man. You're confident that he will be, in a few days' time, make a full recovery. Though at current, he's still pretty well off, or pretty poor off.
Keep him safe. He will make a full recovery, but he needs to rest.
The man who's assisting you just looks up and says, "Thank you."
It's my duty.
The other one with the gun will continue to watch the rest of the party during these 10 minutes, occasionally glancing down towards Sacha. Doesn't appear he fully trusts you, but well enough to let you attempt to save this man's life.
Has Jay joined us up here?
Sorry, yes.
Okay, just
He
wondering.
will put his pistol away first because he drew it again at the sound of a robot. But yes, Jay will join. Sorry.
Very good.
So, during the 10 minutes that Sasha is saving this man's life, what is everyone else doing?
I guess Archie would be approaching this guy and kind of going over what he's seen and collected and showing this man the data files from the ship. The guy who was pointing the gun up.
He is obviously defensive. Like, he's not going to shoot you if you step forward, but he insists that you do so slowly. And he will look over what you're showing him, but it's between looking at you and looking at the others.
Right.
And partway through what you're showing him, he will say, "You're gonna want to show this to the boss."
Understood.
Can I lead when we go back?
I think we'll let these
Sure.
people lead the way. Or,
They said sure. I'm in the front.
Oh, if we're evacuating, I need to stop by the cargo bay. I have something important there to pick up.
And me, the mess hall.
What do you have in the mess hall?
I saw some food.
I do not recommend that. It may have been cross-contaminated with the substance that was there.
I sigh.
Don't want to eat that tar, let me tell you. So
Any other shenanigans during the 10 minutes, or people behaving?
that's all from Archie.
Jay will be behaving.
Zeus
Don't want to get
also
shot.
will be mostly behaving. He won't holster his gun, but he'll lower it.
Is he gonna wander off and grab his bike?
Oh, he can do that in this 10 minutes?
Yeah.
He absolutely is going to wander off to grab his bike.
The Atlas security personnel is not forcing you to stay where you're at. He just doesn't want you to approach him.
I would want to wander off with him in case he finds something.
Alrighty. And
Yeah, me too. We're definitely not snaking around them and stealing their ship.
Oh,
as a note, if you scroll all the way out, the bike's over here. Ish. One of these.
do I encounter anything on the way?
No, not particularly. Just gonna make a couple of rolls real quick. It has nothing to do with what you may encounter. I am sure of it.
you're starting to sound like Eric.
Who's Eric?
I think it's foreign for lion.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Foreign?
Yeah.
Foreigners, yeah.
Wow. Just
So,
foreign.
Jamie, you said Michael was heading with?
Yes.
Alrighty.
And
For what it's
I'll
worth,
follow
I don't
from the
want to. I don't want to leave this on a cliffhanger, but we are at the
Yep.
a pretty good halfway point. It might be a good time to take like a quick bio break and refuel for about 10 minutes.
No, David and I have work early in the morning tomorrow, so this is not a very good halfway point. This would be a good. We're getting close to the end point.
I thought you guys said you could go until 11.
No, we said we need to be asleep by 11.
Yes, we're close
Okay.
to where the end is.
Okay, no problem. We'll just continue then.
Yep. I would like a notice roll from both Zeus and Michael. Zeus, once you're in the lower dock, you're able to find where your bike is quite easily. Though you also notice something else. One of these packages is containing of some possibly interesting substances. Just need to find wherever the fuck that document went. Sorry, I thought I was prepared. Apparently, I am actually the worst. Do, do. There we go. roll me a D100. Or actually, fuck it, a D40. There's things on this that won't entirely be relevant. And another D100. Okay. One of these containers, it would be cumbersome to carry, but it is labeled as containing pure quartz.
Can I strap it to the top of my bike, like on the seat?
You could, but you would not be able to ride the bike, because isn't yours a one-person bike?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be wheeling the bike.
That's what I figured. You could do that easily.
Alright. In fact, I'll strap both packages to it.
Both packages?
Yeah.
Oh, the one you're carrying as well. Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. Note in your inventory somewhere you have 1x of pure quartz, and then in parentheses somewhere, common mineral.
What mineral?
Common.
Okay.
And then you're able to approach or reconvene with the guards fairly easily. Bike in tow. And with the assistance of Sasha and the other, the security personnel that was also attending to the wounded one, will carry the individual into the hangar where you find the ship that these individuals came in on. One of the wall panels is pulled off on the hangar bay. You, Archibald, figured that's where the other guy was tapped in.
Gotcha.
There are 4 more of these security personnel waiting for you.
All right.
And as promised, Michael is able to lead if he so desires.
He's so stoked that he's speechless.
Jamie, you here?
Oh, I was muted. He does.
Awesome. So, introductions are made in the hangar bay, and Archibald begins, I assume, showing the interesting data he's collected to the sergeant of this group.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
He is, after a bit, he asks if you mind if he holds on to your PDD for a few moments.
Can't I just transfer you the files?
I suppose, but, well, that'll work.
He'll swipe over the files very quickly.
Yeah. He has the look in his eyes of, God damn it, now I have to do paperwork. But he makes no verbal complaints. And I would like a notice roll from everyone.
Oofed.
I like that cat guy. He's got good eyes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not quite good enough. As
Wow.
as everyone is waiting here, there's a bit of discussion going on. One of the men is shaking Sasha's hand in thanks for saving the man. Archibald is talking with the sergeant. I imagine Michael and Zeus are just kind of hanging out. And, Jay, you see a bit of movement out of the corner of your eye. The top corner. You look up, and it's another one of these goddamn robots. Except this time it's falling. Falling directly towards one of the Atlas security personnel.
Oh.
Jay will shout, "Heads up," and reach for his blaster. Or pistol, sorry, not a blaster. It's a slug thrower.
Unfortunately, it is slightly too late of a warning. I'm just gonna roll this and check some stats on this guy. Okay, that is unfortunately bad enough to wound the man. As this robot collapses from one of the, not necessarily a ceiling tile, but from a maintenance thing somewhere above. Basically, body slamming into one of the security personnel before it is very quickly and very violently gunned down.
Once it's down, Jay will holster his pistol.
Are you okay?
The man grunts and goes to stand up and very quickly is reintroduced to the floor.
This is why I wanted to be on that side. I have armor.
Please stay there for a moment. It'll be just a second. And once again, she'll hold her hand out over the man and begin to mend his wounds with healing light.
Okay. And once again, it is enough to make sure that this man has no lasting injuries. Unfortunately, his leg is not doing so well in the moment.
Let's get back soon so I can take care of this man's leg.
The sergeant looks over. Well, there's a bit of a problem with that. That man was our pilot.
I think it was
Jay's ears will perk up.
I only have very minimal piloting skills, enough to
Why-
assist, but
Why does he need his leg to pilot?
he's in pain.
Pain would distract, and a lot of ships also have controls, pedal controls. Words, I'm still talking, gonna stop now.
Was that mostly in character there, Luke?
No, out of character. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. Alright, that's no biggie.
I have no piloting capabilities whatsoever.
Jay will volunteer himself as, quote unquote, the best damn pilot this side of the galaxy.
Wow.
The sergeant looks at you with a deadpan face. He doesn't buy it. But after a few moments, he looks around to the rest of the group. I don't suppose you found any trace of anyone else here? Seemed like you've done a bit of wandering.
Sacha shakes her head.
Fuck it, we can send another squad. Let's go. And with a bit of assistance, everyone is able to get onto the shuttlecraft. And, Jay, do your
Yeah.
thing.
Oh boy.
Alrighty.
Hold up, hold up.
Would he be okay with assistance?
No.
Okay. Hello?
Sorry, I was making sure that +2 got applied. I can spend a Benny to do something about that,
You
right?
can spend a Benny to reroll.
But you have to take the other roll, so you've passed.
Thankfully,
Doubt I will do worse than 7.
thankfully, you could
Oh,
do
sorry,
that
that's a
as
D.
many times as you have Bennies.
I mean, you gotta realize you passed pretty well there.
Yeah. Not well enough for a raise, but you did pass.
I did say I was the best damn pilot this side of the galaxy.
All right, prove them wrong.
I'm also role playing as I am overconfident. So we're doing it.
Got it.
Hey!
There.
Alrighty. Even though this is an unfamiliar ship, and even though you do have to improvise a bit to reach some of the controls, you are able to pilot this ship very well. I would say be doing flips, but you have wounded.
Fair.
You are able to navigate to Frontier Station with surgical precision. It is a very comfortable ride for everyone.
Good, because Archie's leg was just giving him so much pain.
It
Holy
is
cow.
nice to sit for a few, Archie. It is nice.
Yeah.
But the sergeant contacts the station over the radio and will give his clearance commands and direct you towards one of the non-civilian docks. I assume Jay has no objection.
Nope. All good.
Alrighty. You're able to land decent, and the two wounded Atlas personnel are escorted towards the med bay of the ship, and the sergeant will not demand, but strongly request that everyone, save Sasha, follows, just to make sure that you're all healthy and safe.
Jay will not object.
Wait, they're making Sacha stay back?
Well, if there are no immediate objections, he will turn to Sasha and say, "We have a mechanic. I believe they would be more suited towards you."
If it all means the same, I would prefer to check on...
Let her come with me. I'm a mechanic.
Yes.
Also, if we're going to see medical personnel, I prefer our own medical personnel attend.
Fair, but I still request that you make you swing by the mechanic sooner rather than later.
We'll think about it.
Sacha turns to Archie and has a wide-eyed stare, and on her usually emotionless face, there's almost a pang of gratitude.
Alrighty.
He'll nod.
The sergeant is unhappy about that, but will not prevent you from heading off towards the medical wing with everyone else. And it is here that we will end the station, or end the
In the
session.
entire station.
Yes.
Time to roll new
Boom.
characters.
None of you noticed the nuke that was on board your ship. I'm sorry, game over, reroll character. No.
Rocks fall, everyone
fair.
dies.
Nukes fall, everyone dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how was everything?
I enjoyed
Dude, that
it
was
a lot.
cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
What?
Oh shit, I didn't change that. Fuck.
Didn't change what?
The end screen.
Oh. Rip.
There we go. All right, guys. I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed watching tonight.
We
Watching
had a lot
slash
of
listening.
people. It was great.
Yeah. That was really cool. I thought it was a pretty good first session. A
Hell
lot
yeah.
of stuff going on.
There we go. That's the correct time.
I know Jamie and David were pretty tired too. Though,
Oh, yeah.
So
You
Yeah.
guys,
they've been
feel
hard
free to-
hard at work.
yeah, you guys feel free to head off and get some sleep. I'll get details to you later. You will be getting XP or whatever.
On that note, see you all later. Bye.
Yeah. See
Bye,
you
guys.
guys. Thanks for the